Hi there and welcome to the channel. It's a beautiful morning out here in the woods, and I have been sitting here for a while actually trying to figure out how to start this little chat, because it's such a touchy and dangerous subject. So I'll try to avoid certain words, and I will not make any conclusions. I will leave that up to you. My question is this: why are we seeing such a sharp drop in the birth rates? I'm talking about the first quarter of this year, 2022. And on the screen now you will see some screenshots of the data that I have found. Now I've found a lot of data. A lot of countries are showing the same trend, and I will encourage everyone who are watching this to go and look at those data for themselves. So those images there are just a few examples. We are seeing a sharp trend in that a sharp drop in birth rates for the first quarter of 2022. Now, what happened 9 months before the first quarter of 2022? There is a huge elephant in the room here. So I made some notes, and I will say this straight away. There's a rule in statistics: correlation is not causation. So just because something seems to fit and something seems to be the reason for something else happening, doesn't mean it is. You must be able to prove this. Okay, so let's look at some other possible reasons. Okay, I'll play the devil's advocate here. Some would say maybe that for some reason lots of women decided to get pregnant early on in the lockdown, the pandemic thing, and therefore they are not getting pregnant now, or that would be early on or towards the summer last year, 9 months before the first quarter of 2022. And another reason: people might have a negative view of the future and feel that they don't want to bring children into this world now, or rather that was what they thought 9 months before the first quarter of 2022. Or it could be a combination of these factors and other factors. We have, and I want to say this as well, we have seen in Europe a trend with lower birth rates, but so it's been sinking over the last few years, but this is a sharp drop, so it can't be explained by that statistically. This is a problem, of course, and I just want to mention this because we will get the population in Europe is, and in other parts of the world, is aging, and some are saying we will solve this by immigration. Well, again, I want to ask the question: has that worked so far? Or maybe has it made things worse? Again, just asking the question. Now, if you're still listening, if you're still watching, it would be awesome if you support this community by clicking on that subscribe button. It is pretty much the only way that you can tell YouTube that you believe that this is important. So again, consider subscribing. It would be awesome if you could do that. So I think that if you're a sensible human being and you haven't been living under a rock for the last 2 or 3 years, I think if you are being honest with yourself, you know what's happening. Okay, it could be a combination of factors, but surely, I mean, we can avoid talking about this. We can let us be censored about this. We can desperately try to find other reasons for this sharp drop in birth rates. But at the end of the day, there's a huge big elephant standing there in the room. You know, it's moving around, crushing the furniture. There are doctors out there who warned about this. They said, this is going to happen. You will see a decline in birth rates. And they were called conspiracy theorists and this and that. And now it's happening exactly as they predicted. So here's a crazy idea. What if we try to talk to those doctors and maybe even, you know, someone maybe could say, sorry, we called you conspiracy theorists. You were actually right. How about that? Would that be possible at all or not? Now, it should also be mentioned that at the same time we are seeing quite a high mortality, so much more than normal. And this has been addressed by the governments and journalists as well. What they're saying is that it's just natural because of all these restrictions and rules and regulations that we had during the coup, the plague, as I call it ironically. Because of that, a lot of old people were protected from other diseases, but now they are getting those diseases, and that's why a lot of older people are dying. So I would encourage people to look into those numbers. Is it true that this much higher mortality is can be explained by very, very old people dying? Or are we seeing the same in other age groups as well? Now, this area used to be old woodland, but they destroyed it not long ago. So I'm actually where I am now. It's just a few meters surrounding me with trees, and right over there, it's all gone. We have been cutting down trees like since forever here, but I have never seen anything like this before. There's something going on, and I don't like it. Now, human beings are strange creatures. They will hold on to their comfortable lies. They don't like admitting that they were wrong. Myself, I believe that admitting that you were wrong is a sign of maturity, not a sign of foolishness. Quite the opposite, actually. We all learn, or we should strive to learn, and so on. But at this point, I think that so much was invested, so many deals were signed, and I'm talking about governments and so on, they pretty much got to the point where, or the point of no return. There was no going back saying that, well, we were actually wrong, and so on. And that's why I don't think that we will see anyone saying that we were wrong, we shouldn't have done this, we shouldn't have told you what we told you. Now, this video should not be taken as an anti or pro anything. I'm just saying that honesty is a good place to start. and we need to be honest with ourselves. What has been going on now? What is going on? Why are we seeing this drop in birth rates? We must look into this because it is significant. Now, I will add, because I always try to say this in videos when I talk about this topic. You are the only one who can decide what's right for you when it comes to treatments, medical treatments, and so on and so on. You know what I mean. And you should make that decision based on objective information given to you. And the key word there is objective. So, for instance, if that information comes from whoever is selling a certain medication, maybe, crazy idea here, maybe that they are biased, maybe that information is not objective. I mean, just an idea. But anyway, I'll finish my chocolate coffee and I'll be off. As I said, it's a beautiful morning, and you know, nature is always there, you know, and nature heals. Yeah, okay. If you're still watching, thank you. And if you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. You can take a look at the other video that should pop up here on the end screen, and also check out the links in the video description, and there you will find also links to my other YouTube channels. And as always, stay strong.